This is the LAB OZ1.i, and this is LAB's newest putter. Today we are going to be applying the Good Old Day Golf 7 Fs to club reviews, where we'll be talking about the form, features, functionality, feel, forgiveness, the finances, and ultimately the final score for this club. I will be rating this club on a scale of 1 to 10 in each of these categories, and the final score will be an average of all of those, giving us the ultimate verdict. At the end of the video, I'm also going to be answering the ultimate question, which is smash or pass. Is this a club that you should be using to smash balls with every day, or is this something you should pass on giving a shot? Stay tuned for the end of the video because I'm going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway. And also, if you are debating between this club and the Spider ZT, make sure to watch my next video where I'll be comparing the two head to head. So let's talk about the features of this golf club. This is called the OZ1.i because this was made in collaboration with Adam Scott. You'll notice it's called 1i because this features a stainless steel insert as opposed to the typical aluminum club face that LAB typically has. Like all lie angle balanced putters, this is going to be a center shafted putter. And in order for you to have a center shafted putter, the club shaft actually has to sit at an angle in order to get back to where you want to hold the club. Now, in order to account for that, you'll notice this grip literally has the shaft inserted to it at an angle so that your hands still feel like they're in a normal position, even though behind the scenes, the shaft is angled underneath the grip. It's worth noting that LAB also has the OZ1 without the I. That is a fully titanium face that's going to feel a little bit softer and the ball is not going to come off quite as hot. But the 1i is the one I opted for because supposedly this gives you a little bit more of a feeling off the club face. Now that we've talked about the features, let's talk about the form, and that is where I am the most excited about this LAB putter. In my opinion, LAB putters are really, really, really ugly. So ugly. Like so ugly. That in mind, this LAB putter does not look that bad. I wouldn't say it looks good. I definitely wouldn't say it looks good. It doesn't look good. But the key here is it looks less bad. Like less awful. Like it's not terrible. It's not good, but it's not terrible. And if this actually helps you make more putts and it doesn't look terrible, then maybe it's worth a shot. Keep this in mind. I am not a PGA Tour pro. I'm an average golfer, around a 13 handicap. If I was on tour and every single putt meant hundreds of thousands of dollars, I would putt with literally whatever it took for me to get the ball to the hole. But as an average golfer, I'm not going to be pulling a visual atrocity out of my bag just so that I can potentially break 90 on a Saturday with my friends. Now, in order to test the functionality of this club, I'm going to be doing 3 different tests. First, I'm going to be rolling 10 putts from 6 feet. Then I'm going to be rolling 10 putts from 10 feet. Last, we're going to be doing a ladder drill where I put a ball every 4 feet, and we're going to see how many putts out we can make. All right, 6 feet. All right, that was pretty solid. I made 7 out of the 10 6-footers. Let's move back to 10 feet and see how that goes. Next up, we've got the ladder drill. I've got a putt from 4 feet, 8 feet, 12 feet, 16 feet, and 20 feet. Let's see how many of these putts we can make. 4-footer, come on. Come on. Oh my, okay, 0 for 1. 0 for 2. 0 for 3. 0 for 4. Give me 1. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay. 0 for 5. Whew. That was bad. Okay, so I missed most of those putts. I missed all those putts. I missed them all. I missed them all pretty bad. I guess it's not that bad, but I missed all those putts. There's one final test that you have to do with any putter, and candidly, this last test is something that I'm going to be really interested in, and that is distance control. I have tested other lie angle balanced putters. I felt like they've delivered some really, really clear advantages on short putts. Putts where you know what the line is and all you have to do is get the ball started in the right direction. Where I have historically really struggled with these zero torque putters is on distance control because there's no feedback between the club and your hands. So the final test we're going to be doing is we're going to be picking 5 putts from way far away from the hole and seeing, without having multiple attempts, how close we can get the ball to the hole. First putt, I don't have to yell, the thing's right here. Okay, this first putt is probably about 40 feet away. That ended up about 6 inches from the hole. The second putt is about 50 to 60 feet away and it has a little bit of break to it. I pulled that, it's about 6 feet left of the hole. All right, this third putt is from about 60, 65 feet. I chunked that. I chunked that putt. Fourth putt, same putt, just not gonna chunk it. It's about 6 feet long. All right, final putt. Probably 7, 8 feet short. All right, from a distance control perspective, not great, not terrible. It's that same thing I struggle with all these zero torque mallet putters. It's just hard for me to get a really good feel for how far the ball is gonna go. That said, I had a much better experience with this one compared to the Mez Max or compared to the DF3. So as far as lie angle balance and lab putters go, this is definitely the best one that I've tried yet from a distance control perspective. Let's talk about the most subjective area when it comes to putter reviews, and that is the feel. Not a huge fan of how this club feels. I just don't really love it. It feels kind of just like a little brick at the end of a stick. Brick on a stick brick. That being said, feel is entirely up to the eye of the beholder, the hands of the beholder. Feel is up to the hands, it's how you hold, the hands are the, feel is up to you. Personally speaking, for me, not a fan of how this putter feels. And that leaves us with the final category, which is finances. This putter retails for $499. Now, I'll call out one really important thing with lie angle balance or lab putters. Ideally, you should be getting fit for these. They have a really cool online fitting tool where you send in a video of your stroke up against a wall, and they'll make sure that you have the right lie angle balance. Lie angle balance purists will probably argue that this review is entirely useless because I did not get fit for this putter. That being said, to go through the entire process to get fit is really lengthy, and your putter takes a while and it can be expensive. But this stock off-the-shelf putter comes in at $499, which is at the upper end of the spectrum for putters. I rate these clubs on the 7F rule. So from a form perspective, I'm giving this a 5 out of 10. That might feel low, but that's actually really good for lie angle balance putters. I would say compared to other lab putters, those would be closer to a 2 or 3. I'm a harsh critic. So from a form perspective, 5 out of 10, which is on the upper end of the spectrum for how lie angle balance putters can go. When it comes to features, this is an obvious 10 out of 10. It has so much technology packed into it. I love the concept and the idea of zero torque putters. And in theory, the forward press grip I think is really cool, and you just can't blame Lab for innovating. So this is a 10 out of 10 from a feature perspective. When it comes to functionality, keep in mind a lot of the error is in the person that's hitting the club, so you can't necessarily judge all those missed putts based on the putter itself. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10 from a functionality perspective. It's clearly a very nice putter. I missed a lot of putts, but overall, it seemed to roll the ball the way that it should. Now, when it comes to feel, that is really subjective. Feel is in the eye of the beholder, the hands of the beholder. Whoever holds the club is who feels. Feel is up to you. Do you like how it feels? I personally don't love how this feels. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10 from a feel perspective. From a forgiveness perspective, this club rate's extremely high. I mishit a ton of those putts, and you could probably tell by the results. I didn't seem to get entirely punished for it. The hits that came off the heel or off the toe still seem to end up pretty close to the hole. So I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10 when it comes to forgiveness. It's finances, and I have to be really honest here. I'm giving this a 4 out of 10. $499 for a putter that is not an art piece like a Scotty Cameron or something like that. Just a lot of money. And I'm not saying it's not worth it. It's just a lot of money. It's hard to spend that much money. So there you go. The final score for the LAB OZ1.i putter is a 6.83 out of 10. I know that's gonna feel low because this is a world-class phenomenal putter, but this is my review. So I get to pick the score, and I am not an easy grader. So 6.83, but that leaves us with the final question. Smash or pass? The answer is pretty obvious. I'm passing. Take that with a grain of salt. Putting is very, very personal, and it's based on what makes you feel confident and you feel good with the club. This is not something I would consider putting in my bag. In order for something that I don't think is visually that appealing to go in the bag, it has to make me feel like I'm automatic standing over my putts, and this just doesn't get me there. That said, compared to every other lab putter I've tried, this is by far my favorite and is by far the best looking, and I genuinely do think there are a ton of golfers out there who would absolutely love this putter. So don't count it out, give it a roll at your local store and see if it's a fit for you. If you're still in the market for a Lionel Balance putter and you're deciding between a Lab or a Spider ZT putter, make sure you check out my review coming next week where I'm gonna be comparing this head to head with the Spider ZT. I also just ordered the PXG Zero Torque blade, which I'm really excited to try out, as well as some Tacomo irons, the Tacomo driver, and the Tacomo wedges, not to mention an entire set of Kirkland golf clubs. So if you're into golf at all and you like club reviews, on-course content, and challenges, please consider giving a subscribe to Good Old Days Golf. I'm out here trying to compete with the big dogs. I got limited resources and I'm doing my best. So if you like this video at all, I would greatly appreciate you hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, and turn on that little notification bell. I'm gonna be trying to post twice a week. I'm committing to making 100 videos before I inevitably give up because my channel won't grow. Just consider helping a brother out. I hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you next time on Good Old Days Golf. Good Old Days Golf. Good Old Days Golf. Peace.